lads, brilliant news, of course, that Jesse Lingard got picked for England. You'll be delighted to know that Saeed Benrahma has been picked for Algeria as well. So not to worry on that front. Vlad, so just to run through which of West Ham's players, 9 in total, have been called up by their respective countries for the March international break. Vladimir Coufal for Czech Republic, Lucas Fabianski for Poland, Jesse Lingard, Declan Rice for West Ham. Souček, of course, has gone with Coufal to the Czech Republic, Andrei Yarmolenko for Ukraine, and Connor Coventry for the Republic of Ireland. Saeed Benrahma is involved in the Africa Cup of Nations, and Frederick Alves is on Denmark under 21 duty. James and Tom, both of you, we'll go James first. Wonderful news to see Lingard in the team, isn't it? And he even turned up in full West Ham gear.
Yeah, no, I was a little bit surprised actually that Lingard got the call. I don't think many of us were kind of considering him as a potential member of the squad. I know he's hit the ground running, and probably part of the reason why he agreed to the move to West Ham wasn't just to get some game time, but also put him in with the shout of going to the Euros this summer. And but even then, just kind of didn't consider him as a potential candidate so soon. But it's great news. And you're right, the fact he rocked up to training in his full West Ham kit. He's really bought into the club. You can see if you look on his social media, on his Instagram, he's loving his time. And no wonder, given that we've allowed him the platform to get back in England squad after 2 years out. So good luck to him. Just hope he and the rest of the first team players are way over the next 2 months come back fully fit, because we're going to need every single squad member for that running.
Yeah, exactly. Tom, but I think I saw this on your Twitter. You're absolutely fuming that Benrahma didn't get picked for England, weren't you?
I don't know how, mate. I don't know how. What's he been watching? What's Gareth been watching, mate? Jesus.
No.
I'll get to his
passport. Fancy picking Lingard and Foden over Benrahma.
Has he done that?
Mental.
I do want to say something on Lingard, though.
Do, mate. Go.
I think, I'm with Jonesy. So surprised that he actually was given a crack, but it probably shows how highly rated he is by Southgate. I mean, he was one of his key men at 2018 World Cup. It really does show just how good a player he is if he can take him back after 7 games he's played for us. But also on him, I probably can't remember him having a better 7-game stretch in his career. It's probably the best football of his entire career, so thoroughly deserved. And yeah, as long as he comes back safe and sound.
I do love you, Tom. I reckon he may have had a better stretch.
It's the best goal scoring run of his career.
You say that, but you say that he's averaging a goal involvement per game, 5 goals and 2 assists in 7 games. I mean, I can't remember
18 goals in 150 United games.
Not even Payet had numbers like that. So I suppose when you look at it like that, it probably is one of his best stretches. He's better than Payet. And he probably does. Right, when you look at it like that, he deserves it. He does deserve it. When you actually look at the numbers and the stats he's delivered, of course he deserves the call. I don't know why we didn't even consider him.
No, I wasn't overly surprised. I don't know who else you're gonna pick. Like, what, he couldn't have done any more, could he? Other than played well at Fulham.
True. Yeah, true.
Tom, we've got a few others out on international duty. Coufal and Souček for the Czech Republic are actually playing Estonia, and then they head home to Prague to face Belgium. So a couple of difficult games. They've also got a game against Wales in Cardiff on the 30th of March. So some difficult games for them. We know they're starters for their country. Again, what Jonesy said then, that's all we've got to hope for, really, isn't it? It's nice to see him do well, particularly the West Ham guys at England. But we just got to be fingers crossed that everyone comes back fit. Even though I've just seen it now, you look exactly like Vladimir Coufal with your new barnet.
Don't do me like that.
But just got to come back fit.
This trip is no Coufal. It's more. Yeah, exactly. They just got to come back fit. The big one I'm worried about is them not picking up COVID, obviously, because what that will do for the rest of the season is tatters, and their health, obviously their health first. But ultimately, if we have one or two of those go out for 2-3 weeks, mandatory 2 weeks or whatever it is, then that's a lot of trouble, really. So getting back safe and sound, and hopefully we'll see the back of this one and can just plow into the final stretch.
James, Andrei Yarmolenko with Ukraine. Is that a strange one? Is that one that I know the club are obliged to let these players go, and Yarmolenko loves playing for his country. They've got an away tie at Ukraine, this is in Group D World Cup qualifiers, away tie at France in Paris on the 24th of March, and then they host Finland in Kiev before welcoming Kazakhstan. So, all right, the France game, a very difficult one indeed. You'd hope perhaps that the Ukraine manager, I don't know, holds him back for the games later on. He played for the under-23s, I think, the other day, and reports suggest that he looked a bit rusty. Rashane Thomas from The Athletic, who was at the game, tweeting afterwards that him and Masuaku, who were back in action, looked very short of sharpness. Are you concerned at all about Yarmolenko going, given that despite him being a right midfielder, he is our main backup striker?
I am a little bit. I didn't realise he was fit. I thought he was still out. And then obviously he gets the call up. But yeah, it is a bit of a worry given, his inability to remain fit for long periods, like our first choice striker at the moment. It baffles me. But he's Ukraine. He's captain of Ukraine as well, isn't he? So it's not as if we could have gone like, Andre, do you mind just skipping this one, mate? Like, we kind of need you back here. Because he's probably going to start.
We've got a massive under-23 game on next Tuesday. We need you for it.
Andre, mate, just stick about Chabrali for a few more weeks. Don't worry about the World Cup. Forget that. You've been there, done that. You've had a long career.
Exactly.
It's been great, but scrap that now.
It's in the winter. You don't want to go to Qatar, Andre. Honestly, mate, don't worry. It's overrated. No one's going to watch it anyway.
Exactly. But I suppose now he's captain, or as he's captain, you can't really say that, can you? You can just let him go and just make sure he stays fit and healthy and comes back and can inevitably fill in for Antonio during Antonio's next injury, whenever that might be.
I hope that's not projected negativity, James, because we'll have a couple of listeners getting into you on Twitter @byJamesJones. For anyone who wants to have a go at James for that outrageous shout, just saying, well, look, West